Sean here. Just going to do a little weekly recap. This week is a short week because we only had 2 days this week of August, but I'm going to calculate it as of the 28th of September to the 2nd of October. I'm coming back from a cold 2 months. I'll even show it here on my charting here, my trades. So August was, I had an amazing month of July. July was absolutely crazy. I mean, amazing month. Okay, P&L wise, confident wise, trading wise. I mean, some trades we were in the two stocks during pre-market, nailing a third one at 9:30 at the open. It was amazing. It was a crazy month. It was really good. So I had that same attitude coming into August, but I had that little pre-sentiment that, August is usually sluggish and I must be careful. So I came into the first week, with my same attitude as here. Took a small green, probably a small red, another green, and then we didn't really have nothing. It was a cold week here. I came back, small red, green, and then red, and then my setups weren't working anymore. Hesitation kicked in, and I'm saying, you know what? Let me just step back, wait for the market to give us our setups. September rolled in, same thing, was cold, really cold. So I'm glad that we did have a stock that sparked up the small caps, SPI. After the battery day from Tesla, I think they just wanted to step in this news as well and like just murder the market, and it just did. It went from $2-ish to $45-ish in a single day, which a lot of people blew their account. I had a small red day on it. I was trading in pre-market, and I took two small cuts on it, and I left it alone. Really small red day on that. So I'm going to start with my recap of the week. Monday, we had a couple of runners, and it's funny thing is that now it's the EV, electrical vehicle sector that's been running. After that, all the turds, like the trying to take advantage of the sector movement. So we did have like a couple of tickers that did run. But if you weren't in pre-market, basically you were done on the day because they just came out flat. For instance, we had OPGN here, really big gap up, and then just gave it all back, literally before 8 o'clock. And then so I would have been looking to scale into, how I like to do things, how I roll. So if we just hang around the J lines here, I want to see a gap, either to view up on low volume. If we get higher volume, scaling into my golden zone, cut it right over and rescale into this section here. This would be the ultimate, not overextended, but for this gap down to be up this much, it's really extended. So these buyers here that got caught, they're going to want to sell and get out of their freaking position before they get caught and bag hold for a couple of months. So I totally understand them. Poor people. So we did have WWR as well. I did take that this afternoon, which is kind of funny that it ran on Monday and I got caught on it Friday. So this thing gapped up. Same thing, gapped up overnight, and we were looking at this. This is the 29th. Yeah, we said the 28th. So this was like the 28th. So it gapped up literally, and then just gave it all back. Small pop here, and just like TP is right here. So even I'm shorting here, what in the 174s, and TP is like 160. So we're giving back 15 to 20 cents. So I want to see this thing pop into this level here, so to be interesting. So to come down and take profits on the J lines, the 200 and the 5 here. So that was out of play. Even for the late day fade setup on it, it was kind of retarded. Sorry about my language. Well, it was, yeah, you could have nibbled in short here, but again, it's 220 and then just fail. But I want to see this, this spike here, crash through the J lines, retest, and then down. We had there was a ticker this week that did exactly that. I'll get to it later. We had AMBO. This ticker is an extension. I'll just pull it up here then. AMBO. It did a super extension move here. It's really crazy. Out of the gates, just went ballistic. So we had a gap up over the night, during pre-market. It was just grinding, gave back I think this thing halted. I remember, yeah, this thing halted out of the gates, out of nowhere. Boom, offering, I guess, I'm presuming. And then this thing just opened up and spiked. So it raped the longs that were getting in long here because, we got those breakout buyers, trying to buy this back up because it didn't have much of a pullback here. So we were expecting an extension. And these longs that got in here got raped. And then when I guess the shorts got back in, well, then it just, people are shorting in this level here in the fives, like anticipating this VWAP, I guess. And then people like shorting this VWAP here. Oh, it's dead. It's going to come down, and no, it just ripped back up. So this was a nice minus 27 extension. How I measure this, it's not too complicating. I take the pre-mark, yesterday's close to the high a day. I'll just remove the drawing here. How I figure out this minus 27. So I go to yesterday's close and just bring it up to the major structure here. Okay. If you want to take the top tick, normally you should be taking the highest body candle. Okay, the chip, so you should be going on this one here. And it didn't quite get to the minus 27, but this was a nice higher high here stuff. And I guess if you really, really want to get technical on this, and I think we should be all doing this, is just draw your trend. Okay. As soon as it cracks the trend, get in short here, put your stop here, and just let it rock. Cover the J lines here, and then did it break the J lines? This is a rule of thumb. You have to break the J lines by 10:30. Not really, just popping over. So by 11 o'clock, I'm out. On this push here, I would have maybe risked right over VWAP. Okay, this is my guide. If we pierce VWAP, I'm out. If we're stuffing VWAP, I would have probably stayed in. But this is the critical. What have I done? Okay, it all depends on my average. If I was getting a really crappy average, let's just say if I was shorting like this pop here, get a late entry, short here. Let's just if I just missed VWAP here, I missed the VWAP, I've got in this candle. Well, you have to put your stop here. If I would have put my stop on this candle here, I would have been fine. Anyways, I'm just going over technicals here on tickers on how I would have traded it, but I didn't. So could have, would have, doesn't beat it. We had CBAT, came out flat. OXBR, I think Jay traded this. It was a very volatile because it popped and it rocked. It was very savage. It was just grinding, and it was just going. Look at this, like going. If you pull up a 5-minute chart, I'm pretty sure this is all green stuff. And I think it halted here, if I'm not mistaken, or it halted here, and then it just opened, and then all these longs here just got caught holding the bag. And then I guess everyone just sold here, cracked the J lines, retest the J lines, retest. But I stayed away from this, to be honest. That was Monday. No trades for me on Monday. Tuesday we had again a WWR. It was in play most of the week. It was in play for most of the week. WWR, so it gapped on Tuesday, on Monday, Tuesday overnight. It gapped up. It didn't give me a valid entry here for the 7 a.m. special. We are looking at those often, so let's just say at 7 on the dot. So it was starting to give back literally if you didn't get in here, I would have liked for it to pop into this level here. Like J lines, probably feeler, adding, and then getting in at this 349 to 350 $half number. So that would have been really nice to get in on this level here. And I just want to look at something here first. Yeah, it's technically not our gap down day 2. Because gap down day 2, I want to see this level here underneath yesterday's low. Okay, like the low of yesterday. I want to be in like this level here to pop in the J lines and stuff. So we were looking at this WWR gap down day 2. It just didn't give us a clear entry. What I really, really, really wanted was PED. PED was on my watch list. It was on my radar. Again, if you're not getting in, like I missed this VWAP stuff here. Look at this low volume. So pop in the VWAP. This would have been really nice to get in if you really missed this here. I gotta be taking these, okay? And trying. Today I missed also, what was that ticker today? Popped into VWAP, but it had 100K volume, and rule of thumb is 50. So that's just the main reason I didn't get in. I was just protecting the trade if everyone was going to get in. So this was nice. So as I'm saying, like out of the gates, it just fell, popped, and dropped. So if you're not in literally here, you're gonna miss. And which I love. What I don't love. I'm not gonna say I miss these trades, but I come back to myself and saying, oh man, I should have been in here because this would have been literally my play, getting in here, getting a nice average, covering some here on the J lines, and then my next TP would have been on this 200, this 200 here, so I would have scaled out more here, okay, and then I would have left some on. This would have been valid, was not valid for me. I wanted, if I was going to get back into the zone, so I put my marks here. I did have, and I think it halted here, if I'm not mistaken. It halted here, yes. And as soon as it opened, it went red. So I'm like, oh, I missed it. I would have liked it to be in this level here. Like, I want to see this 270, 293. This would have been a really nice section for this consolidation here. This would have been a really nice setup. But again, just small push, halted, and then failed. So I left that alone. Turned it off early. We did have a GRNQ. GRNQ, I have an exclamation mark here because this was a nice setup that I guess because I was concentrating on PED. This, again, nice VWAP under 0 volume. So pop the VWAP. This is your entry, Sean. Down, if you want to trim some off the J lines. This would have been like my second TP for pre-market, and then I would have left half on. Okay, but then we did get a pop. Not quite to the golden zone, but this, this one leg up on small volume, hold VWAP, well not hold VWAP, pump under VWAP, reclaim VWAP, will touch it. This is like the ultimate. If you're short here, you got to cover here, and put your stop break even. And this pop here just popped and rocked. So I missed it. I wasn't even looking at this, to be honest. I think even at 950, I turned it off. I was just disappointed on PED. We did have Husa. Husa did also something really funky. If it's on my list here, it's because it did something nice that I liked. Well, gap extension. Let's just do the homework here. I'm going to pull a fib for my gap extension, so pre-market low. I'm going to go to my first high here. Well, minus 27 is invalid, but look who is valid though. I'm just going to keep this here, boom, and this minus 61 here. This is like last TP for the reversal. It's stuff and then down. So I'm not saying it's a perfect entry here. I would have liked it to go up into here, this 656 stuff, and then come down. But this is very volatile. I watched it. I think Jay was in it. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think Jay was in this ticker. Some other traders were in this ticker, but it was very volatile. It was like up, 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 up. It was like I thought this was going to 10. The rhythm that this was going at, I thought it was going to 10. So I just watched it and just let the other pro traders take it and see how they do on it. But we did have a nice little setup though in the afternoon. So everything that grinds up during the morning, I always come back at 12:31 and see what is a potential late day fade setup on it. And it didn't do this is the actual crack. This would have been the valid entry, okay, right here. This entry here to me is valid. Stop right above. Okay, so I would have got stopped out. I would have left it alone. It wouldn't have worked. So my first TP would have been this section here. Okay, so it's always look left, and then I would have kept it on for this 5-minute moving average here. So I would have left it on. I would have probably covered before the bell because I don't like keeping things like after 4 o'clock. It's just me. I got things to do, business to run. So, but I just want to point out a little setup here that I've been noticing is the actual crack of the J lines, crack of the 200, popping back up into the 200 here, which is the 3-minute J lines. This is also a valid setup here for the late fade setup. It happened a bit later, happened at 3. So I thought I probably was off the screens, but this is something we have to take a look at more closely. So this 3-minute J lines rejection, boom, and then down would have been a nice setup. And I would have probably covered on this low here, which I had like a gray zone here. That would have been kind of cool. We did have ARTL that day as well. I didn't trade it, but it's on my list, so I might have saw something that I liked. Again, just a pop. See what I'm saying? Just gives everything back. So at the bell, crash, retest. Your valid entry would have probably been here. View up stuff, J-line stuff, and then down and cover here. So if you're getting in here at 118, you risk 120, and then we're covering here full position at 93 cents. Is it like a lot of meat and saying, wow, this is an amazing trade? No. So I rather take things that spike. I want to see things, go like this. I don't want to technically take this. This is a very dangerous move, actually, especially at 11. So this is kind of crazy if you ask me. Up, I don't even see where the entry could be here. Like, where's the technical here? Maybe the VWAP hold and push. We want to see this crack through, but I want to see a retest of the J lines to get in, and there are just no retests. And let's just see if there is a retest. And you see this. To me, this is gibberish here. It's not good. No valid. Okay, we had BRN. BRN, I had this on my list because I did notice something. I think Jay was trading this on Tuesday. Yeah, this was the play. The play. So, this is a nice setup. So again, gap up, gives everything back within 2 to 3 candles, and then it just hugs on the J lines here. Hugs, bang. It didn't even have, I think I was looking here to get in the VWAP. I says, if this pushes the VWAP, I'm going to nibble it short, and it just like gave out. Came back to the J lines and just pop, cracked, and then this would have been like my final target on it. But this was very interesting. Would I have gotten faked out here in my golden zone? Probably. I would have trimmed some here, probably, or I would have probably tried to get filled here on the 200, but it didn't quite get there. Came like 2 cents to it, so I would have probably had like a target here, and then this is my other target, but it then just pop over J lines, touch again. I probably would have got filled here, and then I would have probably put my stop break even here. Since we're after 10, I wouldn't have taken this. What the hell? I wouldn't have taken that. This pop after 10. I'm very, very, very cautious, and I don't see like there's no setup. I mean, it's a push, stuff, crack, and I want to see like a 3-wave or like see this pop here, the head, typical shoulder here. So I would have probably drawn my line here. I would have wanted to like get in on this retest here, pop into this level here, short. So I'll be looking at the same thing for here, but even if this thing would have curled like a lower high to get in, but this just like pop, stuff, slam, and then it did pop a bit here, but I want to see something like this, pop, stuff, down, So I didn't see like a possible way to trade this, not yet. That was it for that. I did get into Wednesday was a good day. Wednesday we had CTEC. CTEC, we got in this 7 a.m. special. I call it the 7 a.m. special because at 7 o'clock we're looking for locates. Ooh, it was a good trade. I got psyched out. I was pumped on Wednesday. Or Wednesday or Thursday? Wednesday. No, it's Thursday, sorry. Getting mixed up. Yeah, it's Wednesday. So I took a short here on this pop here up to the J lines. Boom. Came down, came up again, re-nailed it, added, and then it came down saying, oh yes, we got it, and then it just like, whoop, stopped me out. I had to stop literally here. I was risking 270, and my average was like 263 and a 262. Got stopped out, so as soon as it came down here, came up into the J lines, and I shorted this candle here, which was nice, and I kept my stop above this candle right here, which is valid. It came down, and then I'm just saying, oh, don't tell me it's going to want to come up, and I just kept it on because I had like a 257 average, and here was like I put like a 260, I literally risked 10 cents, and it went up to like 8 cents, and then I was like, oh shit, I'm going to get stopped out, and then poof, it stuffed, and oh yes. So I kept it on, we kept it on, and as soon as I was saying to myself, you know what, I wasn't looking at this trade anymore at this time because I jumped in ALNA. About what time did I get in? ALNA. I'm gonna see my trade here. I was in 2 trades that morning. I was kind of rocking. Well, it was there, so I had to take it. So pre-market, same thing. I like seeing a pattern. I was maybe too gung-ho here. So shorting VWAP. So I got in here, boom, stuff, shorted it, and then it popped, and I added, and I cut it here. So as soon as it held this 90 MA and it was curling, I said, oh, I'm out. So literally risking 10 cents on pre-market size. I was full size. So I was even half here, and I loaded, cut, and then when I saw this stuff here, and I was sorry about that. I was literally, we saw this stuff here at 2, so I says, hey, I saw this stuff candle and I got in. I says, I'm gonna get in. I wanted to get at 190 risk 2. That was the plan. So I drew my white line here, which is at $2 or 193. Sorry, but I literally was gonna risk $2 here. But I was risking this high candle here. So I got in. Boom. I only took half of my size, and I was talking to Jay, and he messaged me and saying, Sean, always use full size. So if I was full size here, you got to use full size again here, because the plan is still there. We still got room to the J lines. So I got back in, and this went really well. So this was like at 8:17, and all, like I was really managing this trade at 8:17. So could you imagine at 8:17 on my sept trade, I didn't really pay attention to what was going on. So looked like at 8:17, so at this area here was going good. I was managing my other trade. I was managing, and then when this thing was crawling back up at 9-ish, I said to Nico, if this thing pops over J lines, I'm out. You know, it's not like the plan. We should have been hitting my target. That's what I'm trying to say here. I was looking for like lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. And so okay, well like this leg down, I'm pretty sure we're gonna go try and like get to this, but it just reversed. And I literally, when this popped up, I said, oh shit. Nico texted me, DM'd me saying, Sean, look out, we've got volume here. So then when it came down, I said, screw it, hotkeyed out, and I left this alone. But this was a nice over 3 minutes stuff, and then down. But then I would have probably, even if you got an amazing entry here, you know, I would have got out here. This is like the final TP. You have to. This is your final TP. So stuff short, view up, just hold on to it and just trim everything here. But I was really focusing on ALNA at the open, and I had a hard time with this one. I really did. I took one hit on it. So here I got filled here because I had a fishing order here to cover everything at 145, and it hit like out of the bell. It just came out. I'm like, oh, bang. And I was really happy on this because I left some on. You know, I trimmed some here, and I left it on in case I'm saying, okay, this sucker better fail out of the gates. And when it came out, I was like, oh, yes. But I forgot I had an order sitting here at 145, and I'm like talking to Nico or talking to someone in the chat with the guys, and I just hear, floom. Like, what the hell? What happened? And I just realized that I had an order here sitting on the 200. So I was like, okay, let's go. Let's go back to work. So then it comes back up here. I short this candle here, which is I thought it was going to be like the 150, 58 over and then dump. But then it came in, I shorted it, and I cut it right away. I was impatient maybe with it because I had a nice trade on CTEC and also had a nice little gain on this too here. So, but as you can see, I was like monitoring it. So it came down, down, down. So the line here was actually a technical resistance line, or a support if you like, sorry. So the crack of it, retest, short. So this would have been a nice short right here, which is also the J lines, valid, short. But what time is it? It's 10:30. So this is my cutoff. I cut myself off by 10:30. Okay, I see, went into my golden zone here, and I did have this box here, and this was I left it alone. Like I'm pretty sure I sold my locates like at 9:50, 10. Like in this area here, I was done with it. I didn't want to wrestle this thing and go have a nice green day and turn it into a dumb red day. So, but this is a nice technical. I wouldn't say it's a perfect distribution pattern, but it's something that I like seeing when it's overextended, especially when it's in this golden zone here. So wick, 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 come down, test, up, test again, and then it didn't have it. So this would have been like the actual candle to get in, and you risk high here, right here. This would have been the candle, then rejection, retest, that's what I like seeing, down, retest, stuff, then say goodbye. And I'm pretty sure this was dead for the rest of the day. Did it go to my target? right there. There's my target. So that would have been my target, but I probably would have got stopped out here because I don't like the reclaim at 12. I'm very sensitive with that. And where is my like? Let's just say go over the trade. Okay, I'm in this trade. Okay, so basically, if I'm in this trade here and I scaled out here, okay, because this is my TP1 here on the 200 moving average. Now, my stop out is VWAP. A cent over. Okay, you're gonna see this often. It's gonna want to, even if you reclaim the J lines, you know, VWAP's my guide. If I'm getting in here, have a sexy average up here, like 175, 174, whatever, and I covered half here. If I'm only in, I'm still in half my share size, I'm going to set my stop right here, 162, and it went to final target 138, and it did it often here and then crack, and so that would have been a nice. I gave up on this, I really did. When I get gun ho here, when I get stopped out of the gates. You know, I should have been more patient with it. And I said I was going to reattack my golden zone here, but I didn't. So that was a rule breaker that day. Thursday, I had no trades. And today we had DPW. DPW, again, if you didn't get in, how come I don't have it up here? DPW. All right, DPW was really on my radar. I really wanted to murder this thing. This is where I hesitated. Look, I had 100K volume here, 100K, 104 on this pop here. And I was saying to Nico, I says, if this pops up the view up, I'm getting in because it's a valid setup. So I missed it, okay? Because, well, I didn't miss it. I didn't take it because there was 100,000 volume. If it was like 60, 70, yeah, I would have probably nibbled some and kept a tight, really keep a tight stop here, a risk level. So this was nice. This was really nice. I know some guys were taking this. I know Charlie took it here, man. He top ticked it. God, when I saw his chart, I was like, you beast. So it came down. This is a nice setup I like seeing. Comes down stuff, like red stuff you could have got in here and missed the eye. So I got to take these. Okay, I do. And the reason why, look what they did at the open. It just came out and failed. So it's been happening all week long. I had a lot of shit going on here. Sorry. So this would have been my setup. You take the high day, go to lower day. So I would have been getting into, like, I call it in chat, I think it was. I was going to start scaling in like this 260, 270 in my golden zone, cut it, and then reattack this like 296 to 304 level and cut higher day. That was the plan on it. But again, it just went to TP1, almost to the 200 here. Came, view up stuff, and I think Carl Frank nailed it here. Could have took the J lines. I didn't like the setup. Okay, sorry, I just didn't like it. But I gotta take these because we've been seeing these fails out of the gates. And this afternoon, yeah, today we did have XTNT. I know Dario took it today. Nice setup, minus 27, boom. Down, higher, low here, boom, short. But this was a high institutional ownership, so this is why I really shied away from these. But I see the setup right here. Beautiful, beautiful. We have two setups here. We have our trend break. Okay, trend break short. This is where Dario got in. You could arrest this candle here, and then just let this thing go. You can't cover the J lines. This is the first TP. And then you could have nibbled in short, but again, look, we're almost at 11 o'clock. This is like normal, like this push, and then it likes to do this over J lines and retest maybe VWAP, like I was saying before on that other ticker. But I wasn't even here anymore. I think at 10:45 I was already in the office. This afternoon, you know, in the afternoons I always come back in around 12:31 and see what's running, and we had some crazy stocks going on today. Crazy stocks. So what I saw, why did I get in? I'll just make this bigger here. I'll show you where I got in and where I got out. I saw this trend line break, okay? This is like the all-day grinder, okay? Grind, where you have a nice distribution pattern here. What the hell? Come on, toss. Come on, don't do this to me. Okay, so distribution. Okay, trend line break. Let's just say if you do take it here, this is not my setup. What I wanted to do is I wanted to see come through the J lines, smash these. Okay, so high, 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 baggies, baggies. Let's trap, bring it down. So we got bags up here. I literally got in. I saw this here. Up, smash, and I shorted it right here. I got a shittier fill that I expected. I may have got filled here. Yeah, I got filled at 371. I got filled right here. I was nailing it here, and I got filled here. And I literally put my stop. I saw this trend. I saw this trend here. And I had a stop here at 380, right there. So I stopped out right here. Boom. Okay? So literally risking 10 cents, light size, because we see this often. It goes down, like pop and pop and pop and pop and fail. But this thing just went ballistic. Thank God I got stopped out, which is okay. That was the plan. And even there, I gave it maybe a bit too much room. I gave it 10 cents. I should have been maybe giving it, whoops, sorry. Give me a sec. I should have been literally breaking, come on, Sean. Where's my freaking, I should have been literally risking there. That should have been the real setup. You risk a few cents over J lines. So I would have got in at 370, 371. I would have been risking 375, 5 cents out. Okay, so that's the week. I took a few trades this week. I guess 3 or 4 trades. I've got to set some new goals for next week, like we always do. So new goals for next week. I'm going to say it again. VWAP. Okay. Don't be afraid of VWAP. Get in on the push to VWAP, okay, during pre-market. If you missed like the spike and you missed the fail, look for a higher, lower high to get in, risk that high. Sometimes in the morning I'm not fully awake. So first thing I want to say is trust the VWAP during pre-market. If you're going to put a short level, respect it. Okay, like on ALNA, you did not respect it, and it would have worked. Okay, it would have worked. And just, you know, I was scaling into this level here, and I had a box. Okay, this box was up here. Okay, so this was my, just wait, be patient. I know it's 10, nibble it and keep it, you know. What else? What else can I say for next week? Be more cautious with your trends. Trust the trend, okay? Nico loves trading trends, and he has a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful win rate when you just follow your trends. You know, trend break, retest. So just follow the trend, follow it, trust it, and get in, you know? And if you get stopped out, you get stopped out. And that's about it. I'm happy that I did take some trades this week. Broke the ice, stayed away for a bit hesitant here and there, but nothing drastic. I didn't go 3 or 4 weeks without taking a trade, so this week I've been nailing it. Just too bad this afternoon I missed out. Well, I didn't miss. I mean, it didn't go my way, and I respected my rules, which is fine. So that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this. Next week, let's do better, be more focused. And just don't get discouraged when you do get stopped out like at 9:35. Okay? Don't get discouraged. Just look for the higher lows, and just draw your trend and just identify your levels if you wanted to get into. Okay? You got this. Later, homies. Thanks for listening.